Marcé.
Hi, Doris.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a bit about who you are? Tell us when you and your family moved to the Netherlands, because this isn't the first time we've spoken to each other, but there are a lot of new people watching this video, and I think they'd like to know a little bit more about you.
Perfect. My name's Marcé. I'm 42 years old. I'm a father of 3, happily married as well for the last 17 years. And we arrived in the Netherlands 30th of April in 2025.
And what made you and your family decide to move from South Africa to the Netherlands in the first place?
Many factors, but the biggest factors in us moving here was when I grew up in a small place in the Free State where you had a bunch of freedom. You were always catching on some or another nonsense, getting into some kind of trouble, but it was a safe enough environment that you could do it in. And I have kids of my own now, and I wanted the same thing for them, and I just did not feel that South Africa is the place for it. Plus, my wife and I always wanted to travel, and there's no better place to do that than in Europe.
And how is settling in to the Netherlands going? Because you've been here for a year now.
We have been here for a year. It has been absolutely amazing integrating into the Netherlands. Language still trips us up every now and then, but getting to know where to shop, where not to shop, and what to shop for where has been an absolute blast. Just actually settling in well, getting to know the neighbors, getting to know the people around you. People are absolutely friendly in this place, and they're always so inviting.
And now you've been here a year, so you've had those experiences they've gotten kind of become your norm, can I put it that way? Your day-to-day. How has that now compared to your day-to-day life back in South Africa?
Slower. If there's anything I can say, it's a bit slower paced. More balanced, if you want to put it like that. In South Africa, we had a very busy lifestyle, my wife and I with 3 kids. In the Netherlands, we have a slower pace. The kids get to do their own thing at their own pace, and it is a more balanced lifestyle. So the work-life balance in the Netherlands is really a thing, and it's really something you can actively feel once you start settling in.
That's awesome. Now, since we last spoke, there have been some changes. Your first placement unexpectedly came to an end due to circumstances outside of your control. But without going into the details of the situation itself, how did you experience that moment?
Stressful. Really, really stressful. Something like that happening out of the blue it puts a lot of pressure on you, puts a lot of pressure on your family. And we had a lot of thoughts going through our head, and we were not ready to go back just yet. So it was a very stressful time at that stage.
What was your biggest concern at that stage?
I would say the biggest concern is having to uproot the children for a second time in less than a year to go back to South Africa after they've already given up in South Africa to come to the Netherlands. That was practically the biggest concern. Also, the other concern was just that we wanted to make sure, because we want to build our life in the Netherlands, and that completely put a spanner in the wheels. So, yes.
How did our Olav's Globetrotters respond when your first placement could no longer continue?
Well, at first they were shocked, just like I was, of course. But after that, it was just, they jumped in, and it's just like, you know what, we've got this, we've got you. They basically caught me and my family, and they were just like, look, there's going to be some stressful times, but we are going to get you through this, and we're going to get you to an end point where you will thrive again.
And what did the process look like of being introduced to a new client? Was it the same as previous? Were there new steps?
It was the same steps, but it somehow felt different. I can't really put a nuance to it, I can't really explain the situation. The client itself is different to the previous client that I've had. They are a bit more laid back, and it was just a very welcoming atmosphere from the get-go. Like a super, I don't want to say over-welcoming, but it was just an open door policy from the get-go that you can actually feel welcomed in, where you just want to step through the door and say, hey, I'm almost part of the family here. So that's the experience it gave.
What is your favorite thing about working at this new client? What is it the culture? Is it the project itself? What's your favorite thing?
If you need a short answer, the easiest question would be what isn't. So, but taking the long answer, it is a combination of everything. The friendly people, the projects that you get to work on. I'm a person that likes variety, and the variety is endless. You've got, I work in tech, so I'm a DevOps Engineer. I work with open source, I work with Microsoft products, I work with a variety of products, I work with a variety of solutions, solving a variety of problems. So it is all fun and games in my eyes. The people are friendly, the work is good. I mean, what more can you ask for? And also, you've got an environment that is stable most of the time, so it's easier to integrate yourself into it.
And what is the name of the new company where you're working?
I'm working for CIBG, and that's a government branch. So it's basically the Ministry of Volksgezondheid and the Ministry of Health, if you want to put it in English.
But for your experience, it's not as rigid as a normal government company you would expect.
It is nothing that I expected a government institution to be. In a very good way, not in a bad way at all. There is no rigidity. It's actually got a fluidity to it, where everything is a combined choice. What is the best for the end client? How can we get to that point? What is the quickest point? What is the safest point? It is, and you are involved in every piece of the process, from decision making to implementation, which for a DevOps engineer is heaven. So from my side, it's absolutely amazing. It didn't feel like a government branch, to put it like that, especially if you're used to certain other governments. So,
It sounds like you're extremely happy at your current position.
I am very happy at the current position. I am excited every day to get up and go to work. I can't wait.
That's brilliant to hear. But what did this experience teach you about relocating abroad?
What did it teach me? I would say it taught me that surprises can still happen no matter how hard you plan. As long as you've got the right support system, though, it makes a huge difference.
And what would you say to South Africans who worry about what happens if things do not go according to plan after they relocate?
Look, firstly, I hope it never happens to you. It is stressful. Sometimes it feels unnecessary, but it happens. Secondly, make sure you've got a proper team to back you up, and if you guys have any issues, contact our Olav, even if they're not the ones who got you over, because they've really been supportive every step of the way.
So it sounds a little bit redundant, but because we're going to use the soundbite,
Okay.
would you recommend our Olavs?
Absolutely. It's the first company I recommend to anybody that asks me about coming over. I sometimes just look at different positions with friends that speak to me from South Africa, and then I go into Olaf's website and see if they've got an opening so I can make a recommendation. They are the first company that pops up into my head when it comes to relocation.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for the compliment.
Oh. No, thank you guys for working so hard to make it happen, and the fact that it's true. So.
Now, you work for a government company, or
Correct.
so you have to speak Dutch at the office.
Klein bietjie meer as normaal.
And you've been here a year, so you've picked up the Dutch. So what I'd like to do is switch over to Dutch, if that's okay.
Dit is piekfijn so ver as wat wij kan.
Oké, top. Marcé, omdat je nu al bijna een jaar in Nederland bent, wil ik graag even overschakelen naar het Nederlands. Geen toets. Wij zijn vooral benieuwd hoe het gaat met de taal, het werk en het wennen aan het Nederlandse leven. Ja? Zo, je bent nu bijna een jaar in Nederland. Hoe gaat het met Nederlands leren?
Met Nederlands leren gaat het elke dag beter. Want elke dag gebruik ik nog steeds een verkeerde woord in een verkeerde context, natuurlijk. En gelukkig is de Nederlanders goed genoeg om mij te laten weten waar ik verkeerd ga. Zo, dat is heel erg makkelijker om te leren.
Wat heeft jou het meest geholpen om meer zelfvertrouwen te krijgen met Nederlands praten?
De mensen in Nederland. Zeker, want zij is heel... zij aanvaarden jou met wat er Nederlands je wil spreken. En zij helpen jou om het beter te kunnen spreken door voor je te zeggen wat je verkeerd doet. Zo, ik zou zeggen, doe het eenvoudig, spreken dit en zien waar je het gaat.
En Hoe heb je de Nederlandse werkcultuur ervaren na een jaar in Nederland?
Ik vind het heel benieuwd. Het is heel interessant, want vele mensen zeggen daar is een werk- en een werk-thuisbalans. Maar in Nederland is dat de eerste keer dat ik het eigenlijk ervaar. Dat je kan zeggen, oké, dat is werk, dat is persoonlijk, hou dat apart gescheiden en je hebt tijd voor allebei in mijn dag. Wat voor mij heel buiten normaal is.
En wat vind je fijn aan werken met Nederlandse collega's?
Die humor. Nederlandse werkers het is een humor of het schrik voor niets. En dat is rechtig, dat is heel grappig om hier op te zitten. En daar is altijd een grapje om te delen. Daar is ook een grappige situatie wat kan ontstaan uit iets wat werkelijk ernstig is. Zo, dat verlucht die hele atmosfeer en dat maakt het heel makkelijk om te werken.
Oh, dat is leuk.
Ja, dat is heel leuk.
Wat zou je tegen Nederlandse werkgevers willen zeggen over Zuid-Afrikaanse kandidaten die nog Nederlands leren?
Ik zou zeggen, wees patient. Want met wij Zuid-Afrikaanse achtergrond is dat niet altijd dat wij die rechte woorden in de rechte context moeten gebruiken. Maar vraag wel wat wij eigenlijk bedoelt. En stel dit partijkeer niet met de zin van je eigen bij elkaar, zodat wij net kan zeggen, ja, ik maak dit eenvoudiger. En help ons waar je kan.
Oké, top. Dankjewel, Marcé, dat was het.
Oh, wel, bedankt en fijne dag verder.
Doei!